welcome to Pilates. Today we're going to do progressives. Progressives are great because it gives you an option to stay in a place where you really know the exercise or to move on and challenge yourself to a more aspirational version of the exercise. In any case, we're going to start in our warm-up. That means sitting on our sit bones. You have your legs folded around, but make sure you switch to the other side as we move on. Get your head over your tailbone, your shoulder head alignment, your belly button to the spine. Inhale up, exhale ceiling, and inhale down. Exhale up and inhale down. Exhale up and inhale down. Exhale up and inhale, and reach over to the corner of the ceiling where the wall and the ceiling meet on the other side. So you're pulling up out of your hip as you're pushing down with your sit bone. You're reaching with your along your lats through your serratus anterior and under that shoulder. So you're getting a nice big opening right there, which will help us. Keeping that hand beside your hip, put this raised hand over your ear and take your head across to get a nice opening on your scalenes. Nice job. And then inhale across, exhale to rotate. So you're looking down, sweep the arm out. Make sure you're getting that back nice and open. And then that leads us to our spinal twist. So hand on the thigh, if you can do this. Put your other hand behind you. Big inhale and exhale, rotate. Big inhale and exhale, rotate, lift up. Big inhale and exhale, rotate, lift. And make sure your shoulders are nice and wide. And take 3 breaths. You're just going to fill up these areas with vital. And then bring yourselves back to the center. Roll your shoulders back twice. Roll your shoulders forward twice. And then we're going to switch sides. All right, inhale up, exhale ceiling, and inhale down. Exhale up and inhale down. Exhale up and inhale in. Let's take it to the corner of the ceiling on the other side. You're going to lift again. I want you to really create that lift right between the rib cage and the hips. So you can put your hand here or you can pull it out and really feel that difference, right? That really opening, right? Without jerking your shoulder. Then put that hand over the ear and take your head across to open up the scalenes. Beautiful. Now inhale across, do the rotation, looking down. You're going to sweep that arm out and around. And that again leads us into the spinal twist. The hand goes on the thigh, the other hand behind you. Big inhale and exhale, rotate. Big inhale and exhale, rotate. Big inhale and exhale, rotate. Lift up. Breathe 3 times. Head and shoulder tracks. Good. Bring it back to the center. Put those hands together. Interweave those fingers. Push the palms toward the screen. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. You're going to take a big inhale, then exhale out the belly, through the rib cage, pulling up through the abdominis rectus. You're opening your back, basically. Trying to pull up through that vertebra. All right, let's put our feet together, our hands in front of our ears, nice long arms, and then we're going to hinge across the room. That's another very deliberate separation. You're hinging across here, opening up that lumbar and the hips. Palms are facing each other. And then rotate those palms toward the ceiling and curl yourself up, stacking vertebrae by vertebrae. Let's take our legs apart and we're dropping them out side to side. Opening up. Pull that belly button to the spine so you get a lot of length here. Nice. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's tuck those legs under and come into tabletop, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Inhale, bottom and chin up. Exhale, curl up like a cat. Inhale, bottom and chin up. Exhale, curl up like a cat. One more time. Inhale, bottom and chin up. Exhale, curl up like a cat. You're going to bring your glutes back onto your legs, reach your arms forward, and we're going to take this 3-breath child's pose before we come around to do our warm up. And last breath. All right, bring yourself back up to tabletop. We drop our hips down again, bring ourselves around and lower down into our mat, vertebrae by vertebrae. Once you reach the floor, you want to lift your glutes up, take them down the mat, wiggle your upper body up, and you're going to feel that incredible lengthening in here where you zip up right through the center, belly button to spine, abs up and under the rib cage. We still have our lumbar curl, and then closing that rib cage. Let's start with the touchdowns. We haven't done those in a minute. They help open up our hips and bring a lot of energy to our body. So we take up to tabletop. It's a good time to look at your tabletop and make sure it's nice and lovely. You can do this with your head down, or you can curl up looking through the thighs, right? Always looking through the thighs. All right, inhale down, touching one toe to the floor and up. Down and up. Good. Now, it doesn't feel like much, but it's basically pumping, right? The energy into your hips and opening them up so that when we start doing these workouts, we have more access, right, to our joints and ligaments and tendons. Touch down and touch down. As you can tell, your prime mover is your transverse abdominal. If you put your hand on the belly, you can feel the muscle move. That's your transverse abdominal. Yeah. Good. Keep touching down. Focus. You look at the ceiling, not at the screen, because you always want to keep your head in alignment. Good. Let's do about 4 more in this pace. And 3. That's sets. And 2. And we're starting to feel it in the back of our legs as well. And 1. And then we're going to double time. Yay. Touch, 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 touch. So now we're pumping. We're really pumping, right? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let's touch down. Let the knees drop side to side just real quickly. And now we're going to do double leg stretch or single leg stretch. Right, this does have a curl up in it. If you can manage that, you're going to bring yourself into the curl up. Bring one leg in, the other leg out, or up if you have back concerns. Put your hand on the ankle, the hand on the knee, looking again through the thigh, straighten that leg out. And you're going to switch. Inhale, switch, exhale, and inhale. Nice. Good. Take it through. Probably wondering where the hundreds are, where they're coming in our progressives today. Yay. That's exciting. We'll see what happens. Good. Let's do 8 more sets. Let's go. 8 and 7 and 6. Last 5 and 4. 3 more and 2 and 1. Both sides. Hug those knees. Bring them in so you lift the glutes off the floor and you create like it's like a child pose upside down, right? Getting that big thing, and then lower down. Now, before we go into the progressives, I'm going to recommend one thing. If you have tailbone sensitivity because of the structure of your body, and that's basically what that's about, or hip sensitivity, you might get a little mat or a towel to put under your body because we are going to be in this pike position. This is called the pike position here, right? So there's a little bit of pressure on your tailbone. But that's, again, that's for the third part of the progression. So if you don't make it to that part, it won't matter, but some of you might. So again, I want to explain progression. We start with a very simple basic. You can stay with that, or you can follow each progression into a more challenging position. And sometimes the highest progression won't be as difficult as some of the simple ones in other exercises. It depends on the exercise. All right, so let's start. Lowering down and bring ourselves all the way up. So for the first exercise, we're going to alternate leg extension. So I'm going to go a little bit diagonal so you can see this. And you can be down or curled up. I'm going to start down because the most simple is not to use our curl. So you're going to extend and bring it back. Other side. I want to go nice and slow because when you're doing something this simple, that gives you the opportunity to focus on the mechanics of your entire body. Not just the legs that are moving, but also where the head is in terms of how your neck is exhibiting its C curve, your belly button to the spine, right? The opening of your hips, the implant of the wide hip belt, right? You're pushing out and in. Nice. Now I want you to know that the basic sets are going to be longer than the progressive sets. Good job. Up, out and in. Out and in. Out and in. Good. Out and in. We're going to do 10 more sets. 10 and push. 9 and nice. 8. You're exhaling back to get to that neutral spine. 7. Nice. 6. 5. Perfect. 4. And 3. And 2. Beautiful job. And 1. Great. Okay, for the next progression, let's put our feet down. Put our hands at our side, come up to our elbows. You want to make sure your shoulders and elbows are aligned, your eyes are straight ahead. And now we're going to use both legs for the push-up. So we're going to take it out and in, only 10. 2, 3, looking straight ahead. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Next progression, we're going to our pike. So again, if you need something under your glute, now's the time to do it. On this pike, I am hoping that you can do it with your hands off the floor, but you're welcome to have it with your hands on the floor. We're lifting ourselves up, pointing our feet, out and in for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Flex your feet and go quick forward fold, come back down, and we're going to progressive crossovers. All right, curl yourself all the way down. We always separate our glutes and our rib cage once we get down. The crossovers start with your hand at the bottom of your head, your elbows open wide, your legs at tabletop. You curl up looking between those thighs. One leg comes out. You go across one side and then the other. Nothing touches down. You don't go up and down as you curl. 3, 4, 5, nice. 6, 7, beautiful. 8, good job. 9, stay lifted, curl up off that floor. 10, 10 more. 1, push that leg out. 2, that makes your transverse abdominal hold long. 3, so if you push that leg out. 4, you can feel that all the way into your belly. 5, good job. 6, beautiful. 7, perfect. 8, nice job. 9, you're there. And 10, both sides. Now the progression on the crossover is the star. So your arms and legs are long. I'm going to give you 2 options for this. You can have one hand down as you lift and then curl toward it, or you can bring it up with both hands. So you're going to lift and then curl up to it. And we're going to alternate sides for 10 repetitions, 10 sets. So remember that ignition at the beginning. You got to inhale first and then exhale, bring yourself up. So, and again, you can stick with the crossover that we just did. So that's what regressions are about. So inhale, exhale, 1 set. Over to the other side. And 2, good. Reach. And 3, nice. Feel that fold. And 4, perfect. And 5, now you're halfway there. Good. 6, perfect, getting warm. 7, good. 8, nice job. Your chin is tucked. 9, you got it. Good. And 10, and you're there. Okay, we're coming to the progression. You can stay with basic or intermediate or right here in advanced on our pike. And behind our head, legs are out. You're going to cross. That's set 1. Here's set 2. 3, nice. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, nice. 9, got it. And 10, both sides. Flex those feet. Turn to one side and stretch. Turn to the other side and stretch. And bring yourself down. Okay, so now we're going to do the hundreds. We're only going to do sets of 40. That'll take us to 120, but that's okay. So we're going to start with a tabletop version. So that's going to be our very, very basic. So our legs are at tabletop and pointed. Our arms are at the side. We're looking at the ceiling, pumping for 5, inhale, pumping for 5, exhale until we reach 40. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 10. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 20. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 30. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 50. Okay, the intermediate's going to be very familiar. We're going to curl ourselves up, extend the legs, and we're going to look through our thighs. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 10. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 20. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 30. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 40. All right, we're going to bring ourselves up to pike and the same thing. Bring the legs to a half tabletop, arms at the side. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 10. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 3, 4, 20. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 30. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 120. Nice job. All right, let's come on over into our pikes. And again, if you need padding under your hip, this is a perfect opportunity to put it in. I only need it on the other side. All right, when we're in our pike, our elbow and shoulder are back and they're in alignment. Our glutes are back. Our legs are stacked and a little tucked under. We make sure there's a long line here and a beautiful lift right here. Our legs are pointed so hard they're almost hovering off the floor. We're going to lift and lower for 20. 1, 2. You don't have to bring the legs together. 3. You want to feel that constancy. 4 of engagement. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 20. Now for the second one, which is also familiar to you, we're going to lift, and only for 10. So lift, lift, down, 1. Lift, lift, down, 2. Lift, lift, down, 3. Lift, lift, trying not to rush, 4. Lift, lift, down, 5. Lift, lift, down, 6, 7. Good job. 8. Nice. 9. Good. And 10. And then for the final one, those legs are together. This is all for those of you who watch my videos or come often. As you know, this is recorded live. That's why all the bobbles happen. Like the background falling on me the other day. This is familiar stuff, so it may not feel too advanced. So let's take it up. But don't worry, I have tricks up my sleeve. 2, 3. Good job. It's a great crunch. 4, 5. Try not to drop or bounce. 6. It's a gentle lift and lower. 7, 8, 9, and 10. And bring the legs straight down the mat. Now I want you to take a 45-degree bend right here. You're going to have a nice long line between your shoulder and your elbow. We're going to lift and lower for 20. 1, 2, 3. Nice. 4. We're getting our lats in there. 5, nice and long in our hips. 6, 7. Now, one of the things I want you to make sure you do, 8, keep going, is not push into that shoulder. As you lift, you just lift across from it. 9, not pass it, or you're going to get 10. 10 more. 1. So I'm doing that correction because I think a lot of people might be feeling the shoulder. 2. Good job. 3, right across from it. 4. So if you push forward, you're going to get hurt. 5, or may get hurt. No, we'll get hurt. 6. Good. 7, 8. Good job. 9. Perfect. And 20. Now, we're going to separate those legs and lengthen them and do 10 lifts. Let's go. So you can keep it pointed, but if you want more support, you put a little bit of flex into those feet, because then it just become kind of a leg of the foot on the leg, right? Like on a table. So it's 1. Good job. 2, 3. Perfect. 4. Both legs are straight. 5, if you can, that's okay. 6, you have a little bit of bend in the back. 7, good job. 8, 9, nice. And 10, so for the final, we're gonna tuck under 1, and you can stay with what you're doing 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, good job. 7, 8, nice. 9, you got it. And 10, lower down and bring yourself onto your paw hand. All right. We're taking one leg back, taking one leg forward, arm out. You're trying to get your hand forward to front to back. I know we want to go side to side, but that opens the shoulder too much, and then you push into it too much. So let's take it front to back. We have a regular 90-degree angle right here. That's the leg we're going to be lifting. So pull yourself up and lift and lower, point the foot for 20. 1, it's not going to go high. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 20. Now, you're going to lift it, rotate the knee to the ceiling, rotate it back to the front, and then lower down for 10. Lift, turn, front, that's 1. Lift, turn, front, that's 2. Lift, turn, front, 3. 4, nice. 5, good job. 6, nice. 7, come on. 8, beautiful job. 9, yes, you got it. And 10, turn. All right, for the final one, we're going to lift into a plank while we lift that inner thigh. So that's for 10. 1, whoops. 2, lift and lower, don't raise and drop. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bring those legs in front. I want you to lift up. I want you to give yourself a little hug. Don't pull the shoulder, just hug it toward you. Good. And then hug the other side toward you. Nice. Let's take it to the other side. We're going to pike first and do that routine. So make sure those hips are tucked under, that you have nice support through your hip zone. Right? Hips are tucked under. You're in the pike. Pikes are great. Point those feet so hard that they're almost levitating off the floor. Remember, put your hand in front. Don't lean into it. Stay on your fingertips. That's why I like my arm up. All right, lift and lower for 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember, pause at the top. 7, 8, 9, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 20. That's right. All right, we're going to do the lift, lift, lower, lower for 10. Lift, lift, lower, that's 1. Lift, lift, lower, 2. Lift, lift, lower, 3, 4. Try not to roll back on your glutes. 5, you want to stay forward. 6, nice. 7, don't rotate the ankle. 8, 9, you take your whole foot to your foot. And 10, and then our favorite one, you lift and lower these together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, not jogging that shoulder. 9, and 10. All right, we're going to go to that halfway bend plank lift. All right. All right, here we go. 45-degree angle in your ankle. Your hand comes in front, your elbow and shoulder in alignment. Let's lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good job. 10. 10 more. Try not to push into that shoulder. 1, 2. You want alignment. 3. Make this stronger. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You got it. And 10. Okay, we're going to separate those legs and we're going to do the lift for 10. So you can have a little bit of a flex. Make sure you're tucked under here. It's easy to fall back on your glutes in any of these side exercises, right? Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Now, of course, you can be on your hand if you want to. 4, right? 5, good. 6, that's up to you. And for some people, 7, they feel like there's less push in the shoulder here. 8, that makes sense. 9 and 10. And it makes sense because you have a longer lever here. And when you're in that bent position, you're compacting the weight more between your elbow and your shoulder. So that's an issue for you. You might consider in plank work going longer. Okay, let's do the tuck unders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're coming down and we're bringing the leg to the front, the other leg behind. We're on our hand. We're trying to get our fingers to face forward. I like the hand across the leg. That's kind of what I like. You can have it up. That's probably the best position, just up behind you. You don't want to stretch your shoulder behind you. Point that front leg, lift and lower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Try to get it all together. 6. You don't want one part pushing the other part. Have that tilt. 8, 9, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 20. Okay, the 10 lift with the rotation. Lift, turn, center, that's 1. Lift, turn, center, 2. 3, good job. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, we are ready for the whole lift. I'm gonna put my mats together. Okay, the whole lift. You start with the foot off the floor. It doesn't rest down. You start with it off the floor and you bring it even higher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, come around into your tabletop and I want you to sit back into child pose and reach your hands forward and put your fingertips into the mat, lifting your palms and elbows off the floor. So you're getting a whole big stretch right here before we go into the next progression. Okay, the next progression is going to be pike to plank for 20. All right, so hands into the mat. You're coming up into your pike. Feet are slightly more apart than usual, maybe hip width apart. You want your hands kind of wide. The aim is to get your chest between your fingers, between your thumbs. You want to pull your belly or your glutes to the ceiling so your belly's lifted. So pike to plank. 1, lift. 2, nice. 3, good. Try not to sway back. 4, you want to go straight plank. 5, so raise your head. 6, so it's part of the plank. 7, beautiful. 8, 9, and 10 more. Nice and strong at the bottom. 1, really feel like you're in a plank. Look ahead. 2, don't push your head back, but you don't want it curled under. 3 for your plank. 4, good. 5, nice. 6, not too much weight on those front arms. 7, this is a whole body exercise. 8, 9, nice, and 20. Now we're going to go into push-ups right here. So you can do bent leg or long leg push-ups. And we're just going to do 10. So now you want to make sure that you're in a position where the elbows come by the waist. All right, just 10. Down and 1. Down and 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, good job, and 10. All right, sit back. And the final part of this progression, again, you can stay with anything that we already did. It's going to be 10 chaturanga push-ups. That means everybody long legs, and we start down on the mat. All right, so bring yourself all the way down, hands under the shoulders, feet flexed into the floor, eyes facing down, so your neck is in the C curve. Pull your belly button to your spine, and you're coming up. 1, nice. 2, good. 3, perfect. 4, 5, good job. 6, nice. 7, perfect. 8, good job. 9, good work. And 10, sit back into child pose and reach again. Putting those fingertips into the mat again so you get that shoulder stretch. All right, let's flip around. All right, we're going to start with 10 roll-ups. All right, so we're going to go to roll-ups, and we're going to do 10 roll-ups, and then we're going to do 5 alternating roll-ups, and then we're going to do 5 teasers. And we have one more engagement after that. So we're starting with those flat feet. So you're going to do that curl up. You're going to push up through the reach, take it across. Make sure you're curling when you take it across. Bring it back up, and then curl yourself down. 2. Oops, forgot. And reach, and up, slide it back in. Yes. You can stay long if you want to. 3, push it up, take it across, and lift, and down. 4, bring it up, take it across, and lift, and down. 5, bring it up, curl it across, and lift, and down. These are a little fast, so if you're doing every other one, just because of your body structure, that's fine. And 4 to go. Curl, take it up, take it across, lift it up, and bring it all the way down. 7, take it up, curl it across, lift it up, and bring it all the way back down. 8, I keep forgetting to bring those legs in because it's not normal for me. Bring it up and take it all the way down. 9, curl it up, take it across, bring it up, and take it all the way down. And 10, curl it up, take it across, bring it up, and bring it all the way back down. And I want one leg in for tree right here. Right? We're going to do 3 with that leg in, 3 with the other leg in. I think a little bit out of the camera. All right. So here we go. You're going to take it up tree to the top. Oops, I always have a little bit of adjustment here. Take it across, bring it up, and it tells us how dependent we are on our legs on this one. Bring it up. There we go. It always takes me till the second one to get it. Bring it up and curl all the way down. And number 3, before we go to the other side, take it across, curl, bring it all the way down, come down, switch sides. All right. Beautiful. Take a breath. I know we're pushing through these pretty quickly. All right, curl, bring it up. Woo! I floated that one Take it all the way down. 2 more, curl, bring it up, take it across, bring it up and all the way down. And last one, curl, bring it to your lift. Ooh. Take it across, bring it up and curl it all the way down and your legs are down. Okay. If you can do the regular teaser by floating the legs up, I would love that. If not, let's go for that tabletop. We're only doing 4, right? So I'll do a tabletop to help out everybody. So you're going to curl. As you bring it up, you take those legs straight out, reach, and then you bring it all the way back down. I'll do another one in that set. Curl, take it across, and then bring it back down. Now the long one, we have 2 to go. We bring everything up together. The upper body and the lower body kind of move together. Move and lift. Lower and down. Last one. Move and lift. Lower and down. Nice job. Okay. 20 bridges. I do have a progression on bridges. You're like, what? Yes. All right. Bridges. Make sure you're nice and long in here. We're going to do flat feet. We're going to do 20, and then we're going to a tabletop lift, and then we're going to a reverse plank lift. All right, so let's do our 20. Make sure your shoulder blades are down. So inhale up and exhale. Inhale and exhale down. 2, vertebrae by vertebrae. Good. 3, you want to stay with your shoulders secure as your anchor, right? 4, so you don't arch through the shoulders. That's also bad for everything back there, your neck, everything. 6, and we're not tightening the glutes, we're flattening the transverse abdominal. 7. Nice. 8. Beautiful. 9. Yes. Yes. 10. I think I'll put progressions in Wednesday too, because I feel like there's a whole lot more I want to do. 1. I'd like to do more that include the obliques. 2, and the back. So we can do those again, right? 3, progressions, part 2. Good. 4. Nice. 5. Beautiful. 6. 7. We love exercise that stretch us, right? 8. Good. 9. Nice. And 10. All right, lower it down. You're taking your hands and you're putting them into the floor. And 10 tabletop lifts. 1. Good, looking straight ahead. 2. 3. 4. Why is this a progression? 5, because you don't have that shoulder base holding you. 6. Might feel easier for some people, might be harder. 7 might be the same, might be a lateral move. 8. 9. Good job. And 10. And our final progression is the reverse tabletop lift. And you could be on your elbows if you want. 1. Good job, looking ahead. 2. Can you not let your feet flop to the side? 3. Good, you can have a slight flex. 4, if pointed, it's more of a challenge. 5, if you like challenges, go for it. 6. 7. 8. 9. You are beautiful. And 10. And let's bring those into the center. And we're going to take one leg out. We are ready for our stretch. All right, put your hand behind you. Flex that extended leg a little bit. It's in a straddle. It's not at your shoulder. It's not in front. It's in your straddle. And so you're going to rock back and forth. I just want to loosen up a little bit before we go into bends. About 3 more. 3 and 2 and 1. You have your hand down right here. your arm over the top, and you're reaching for that side bend. We used our lats a lot, and they're grateful. You're open foot to the front. You're finding that big open shoulder space. And then you're bringing that down inside the straddled leg. So your palm is facing forward, and you're doing a side bend from the other side. Nice. Get a nice open, and you want those shoulders open. We're not curling down at all at this point. And then you're dropping that hand down and lifting off into baby wobbling, getting that long line from your toes to your fingertips. And then when you come down, you're going to rotate. This brings us down into that rotation. Nice long back. Yes. And then slide it up, and then walk that hand over into your spinal twist. Big inhale and exhale, rotate. Big inhale and exhale, rotate. And again, and hold it, breathe it. I feel so nice and strong and happy and long. I probably shouldn't sing. Come to the center and walk it forward. And breathe into it. And then long arms in front of you. And walk all the way in. All right, let's straddle to the other side. Come on over. Take that nice first bend. Remember, stay as open as you can. This really helps. And then inside the instep, as you come over to the other side, of course, you're going to feel different levels of opening on each side. Remember to have your head follow the exercise. So mine's kind of looking over to the corner of the room. And then we're going up into baby wobbling right here. Good. Feels always so awesome. And then we're going to rotate toward that thigh and lower as much as we can. It tells you a lot what's happening in the opposite hip, how much you can get down in the current position, right? It's not the leg you're bending toward, it's the one you're pulling away from, right? And then bring it up and into the rotation. Big inhale and exhale, rotate. Big inhale and exhale, rotate. Big inhale and exhale, rotate, and hold it right there. You are doing great. Come to the center. And then push yourself back up. We go to full straddle right here on our sit bones. You can bend your knees if you want to. Bring your arms out, and you're going side to side. 2, go for 8. 3, get your head over your tailbone. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. You're going to reach toward the toes. This time that is over the leg. It was in front of the leg before. It's over the leg. Good. Get a nice big stretch there. And you can feel it more in your hip wrapping around from your external oblique. And then over, grab your toes if you can, to the other side. And you're going to start right here with your hands between your legs, right here, and just walk forward onto your elbows wherever they are, and then hold. Push off, bring those legs together, bounce out, tuck under, and we're going to our tabletop because that's the rules. Flatten those feet, hands under your shoulders, inhale, bottom and chin up. Exhale, curl up like a cat. Inhale, bottom and chin up. Exhale, curl up like a cat. Inhale, bottom and chin up. Hold it up there. Beautiful. Just hold it. You can breathe though. Feel free to breathe. Nice. Then you're going to walk the hands over to the right and push the hips to the left. Come back to tabletop. Walk the hands over to the left. Push your hips to the right. I love that stretch from the hip to the shoulders. Feels like liberation, right? And then come back to the center. You're going to tuck your toes under. Bring yourself up to that nice big downward facing dog. Push your heels toward the floor. Push your chest toward your thighs. Lift, lift, lift through the glutes. Attach them to the chandelier. All right, one knee forward, the other heel down. And switch. Push both down. Push, push, push. Walk it in. Hang, holding your elbows. Nice. Switch the hold. Yeah, so the different dominant arm. Then release them and then curl up through the vertebrae. Yay. Get your head over your tailbone. Roll back for 4, 2, both at the same time. 3, and forward for 4. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Soften those knees and washing machine. Swing it and open up everything. Nice. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come to the center. Breathe it up. Down. 2 more up and down. And last time. Thank you, everybody, for coming to Pilates. Today we did progressions and we had fun. Okay, it was fun for me.